Welcome to Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, the #1 podcast and resource for Black entrepreneurs. I'm your host, Jay Jones, and Black Entrepreneur Blueprint was created specifically to educate and inspire Black entrepreneurs to launch, build, and grow successful, sustainable businesses. Join us as we help build an economic power base in the worldwide Black community by building and supporting Black-owned businesses. If you're currently an entrepreneur or want to be an entrepreneur, you're invited to join us each and every week here at Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Welcome to the BEB family and get ready to elevate your entrepreneur IQ. Welcome to the Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, episode number 633. I'm your host, Jay Jones, and today we have another outstanding and informative show in store for you. Today, we're going to be doing a rebroadcast of one of our most impactful and downloaded episodes from March of 2025, titled 9 Ways Quiz Funnels Can Skyrocket Your Business Growth. 9 Ways Quiz Funnels Can Skyrocket Your Business Growth. Now, let's get ready to lock in for today's episode. Now, in this episode, guys, I'm going to discuss one of the most underrated and yet effective tools to building a lead pipeline that actually converts. So we're going to be talking about quiz funnels. I told you guys 2-3 years ago, I just want to do the most impactful episodes that I can that gives you actionable steps to take you from point A to point B. It's not about all the fluff and all of this hype job and all of this. It's about moving the needle. And that's what it's all about. And I always talk about lead generation, guys. I'm telling you, if you can't generate leads, you're not going to be successful in business. You have to master the art of lead generation. And once you master that, you can use that for yourself. And you can also use that skill to create a lead generation business and sell leads to other people. But if you know how to market and generate qualified leads, you will never go out of business. The key is you have to learn how to do that in a profitable manner. And we're going to talk about that today. Now, before we get to today's content, I just want to share a few things with the Black Entrepreneur Blueprint family. First and foremost, I want to welcome all first-time listeners to Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Welcome to the BEB family. Please stick around until the end of today's broadcast, and I'm going to share all my social media contact information and resource links, such as the link to our new revised and revamped website, blackentrepreneurBlueprint.com. Guys, make sure you utilize the website. We have all types of free resources to help you elevate your entrepreneur IQ. Go to the tab that says Learn. On the drop down, you have all types of content, scaling your business, mindset, strategy, side hustles, real estate, marketing, everything you need to move you from point A to point B. So make sure you go to blackentrepreneurBlueprint.com. We have all types of additional resources, our online courses, books, and all types of PDFs and downloads that you can utilize for free to help you move that needle. Now, let's get ready for today's show content. So today we're talking about 9 ways quiz funnels can skyrocket your business growth. And pretty much we're going to discuss the power of quiz funnels and why you need to start using them. So on today's show, I'm going to give you 9 reasons you need to implement this right now. And I'm also going to give you guys some real life examples from myself and others. But let's start off by talking about a term that I came across called function stacking. Function stacking. And I'm going to show you how quiz funnels comes in and relates to this term function stacking. So function stacking, in some definitions, there's several definitions, but the one that's applicable to us as entrepreneurs is function stacking is doing one thing that accomplishes multiple goals. Doing one thing that accomplishes multiple goals. So, for example, my wife and I love to bike ride on the weekends, right? So we'll throw our bikes in the back of the truck or whatever, and we'll go and we'll head off to all types of different places and we'll bike ride. So now that does several things for us. Number one, it gives me time in nature. It also gives me a good exercise, a good workout, and I also get to spend quality time with my wife. So I have 3 things that I've taken care of just by doing this one thing. So it's called function stacking. And what I'm going to go over today, guys, I want you to remember that term, function stacking, because quiz funnels are going to give multiple functions just by using this one technique. And this is something that's super important. So I want you guys to understand the importance of qualified leads to your business. I always talk about no leads equals no sales equals no business. And as a serial entrepreneur for 25 plus years and a business coach for over 20 years, I see it all the time, guys. All the time. When I ask somebody what type of lead generation system do you have, when I'm quizzing them before we go into our agreement as their coach, and a lot of times they'll scratch their head because they're just throwing stuff against the wall, and there's no systemization to generate not just leads but qualified leads. And so once I started implementing quizzes in my businesses, my multiple businesses, I've seen a real big difference of the quality of leads I have and also the conversion rate. So we're going to talk about that right now. So reason number 1 that you want to use a quiz funnel is you want to capture your lead. I always talk about building a database, right? The money is in the data. So the more people you have in your database, the more qualified people you have in your database, the more money you're going to make, right? I talk about Amazon's Prime Day. I just got something because I sell some of my brands on Amazon, but I just got something about Prime Day coming up. So Amazon's Prime Day is basically just an email to their hundreds of millions of customers in their database saying, hey, we're going to have this big super sale all over the Amazon platform. So if you have a database of 10,000 people, you can create your own Prime Day by creating a promotion or a special or something like that, or a new product release or anything, because you have the database. So the number 1 reason why quizzes are so important in terms of your marketing and growing your business is you capture your leads, okay? So quizzes allow you to capture leads by requiring an email address to get the quiz results. So when you set up a quiz, and you can use several different softwares. I'll talk about them in a minute, but I'll give you 2 of them off the top of my head. Interact and also Video ask.com. And I'll talk about those a little bit more in depth. But in order to get the results to your quiz, you're going to have to put in your email minimally. And I would also recommend a first name. So this way, when you start to market to them, you can have your first name, Dear Jay, Dear John, Dear Sally, whoever it is. So you want to make it as personable as you can in terms of your follow-up campaigns. But you capture the leads. So how many of you guys have taken a quiz online, and then at the end, you're trying to get the answer, but in order to get the answer, what do you have to do? Put your name and your email address in. And so that's capturing the lead. So that's the number 1 reason that quizzes are good for you in building your database. Also, they're engaging, right? And we're going to talk about other 8 reasons in a second, but they're engaging. It's something that's you don't mind doing, as long as the quiz isn't 100 questions long. Now, studies have shown that the best number of questions you should have in a quiz, they average from 7 to 12 questions. You don't want to go too short because you want to get enough data that it makes sense. And you don't want to go too long because people are going to drop out of the quiz. All right. So number 1, capture leads. Number 2 reason you want to use quizzes is you can qualify your leads. So the answers you receive will help you qualify your leads, right? So, for example, are you currently a business owner, or are you a prospective business owner? I'm qualifying right now. So if I'm selling specific services or products to business owners and this person isn't a business owner yet, guess what? They're not ready for my product or service yet. But if they're a prospective business owner, I'm still going to keep them on the list, but I'm going to segment that list. And then I'm going to target, a prospective business owner and hopefully transform them into a business owner. but you want to be able to qualify your leads. So that prospective business owner isn't really qualified for what I'm offering right now, but that's not a bad thing because I'll still keep them in my list, but I'll have them segmented. So you get to qualify your leads. For example, I was talking to somebody about lead generation, this company that's doing lead generation, and they're in the debt relief space. And so they say they only want to work with people that have over $10,000 in debt versus people that have under $10,000 in debt. So what they're doing through their quiz is they're qualifying them. How much debt do you have that you need to consolidate or that you need relief from? If it's under 10,000, guess what? They're not qualified. If they are, then they do qualify for their program. So number 2, qualify your leads. Number 3, you can score your leads based on the different type of quiz software. There's another one out there called Score App, SCOREAPP.com, Score App. And what you can do with a lot of these, you can create quizzes that calculate a score. Now, these scores with the right quiz software, your score can lead to such things as which are the hottest leads and which are the coldest leads. So, for example, you can do it by a numerical score based on the quiz, or you can ask simple questions. For example, how soon do you want to start whatever you're trying to sell, right? If you're selling home improvements, how fast do you want to get your windows redone? If somebody says immediately, you know that's a hot lead. If they say, oh, we're just looking right now, guess what? They're a lead, but they're a cold lead. So they're a warm lead. I shouldn't say cold lead because they have indicated interest, but they're just not ready to do something right now. So number 3, you can score your leads. Number 4, which is super important, guys, you can recommend the right product or service. So once you have the answers to specific questions in your quiz, you can actually recommend a specific product just for them and not a generic product. So if you go to my website, blackentrepreneurblueprint.com, on the bottom right, if you're on a laptop, or on the bottom, if you're looking on the cell phone, there's a questionnaire on the bottom. It says, are you a business owner? Yes or no? And it actually takes you through a quiz, and it's going to direct you to the relevant information that you're looking for. So are you a business owner? Yes or no? If you say yes, then it has a certain set of questions. If you say no, it takes you another route. Are you interested in becoming a business owner? What type of business do you want to start? But this allows you to recommend the right product or service, and it's not something generic. So it's just like the beauty of the quiz is, guys, it's like you're pre-qualifying somebody over the phone or in person. If you walk into a furniture store or any store, the car dealership, they're going to start asking you questions, right? Now, a lot of times when you go in a car dealership, you want to be left alone. Same thing in a furniture store. But when you go on somebody's quiz, it's not as upfront and in your face, and you'll answer the questions. But this allows them to gather information so they can recommend the right product or service for you. So that's super powerful. That's number 4. Number 5, which is very similar to number 4, personalizing your message. So knowing the answers that your prospect put on the quiz, this will allow you to personalize your response, maybe with a specific case study or relevant content based on their situation. So say you're an attorney and you have a quiz on your website and somebody's thinking about filing bankruptcy or something like that. So you can give them, based on their answers, if they're thinking about it, you can give them a case study of how you help somebody with a Chapter 13 or a Chapter 7 bankruptcy. So that's giving them relative or personalizing your message. That way you're giving them something that's related to what their situation is. So that's super important, guys. And quizzes, once again, can do all of this. That's why I think it's one of the best and most underused tools in terms of building your business. And we're talking about 9 ways quiz funnels can skyrocket your business growth. Let's go to number 6. Demonstrate expertise by asking the right questions. Demonstrate expertise by asking the right questions. When you ask insightful and thought-provoking questions, guys, then you demonstrate an understanding and an expertise. So if you're in a face-to-face meeting, and just say it's in the mortgage business, I'm in the mortgage business also, and I start talking about specific things and I'm asking them questions that they may have not even thought about, that demonstrates expertise. Because I've been here before, I've seen this scenario before, so I have experience and expertise. So it enables you to demonstrate expertise by asking the right questions. People know if you don't know what to ask, you probably don't know what you're doing, right? Your job as a salesperson or business owner is to solve problems. And if you don't know the right questions to ask, you're not going to be able to adequately solve those problems. Number 7, quizzes enable you to develop that know, like, and trust factor. So your questions demonstrate your personality and your knowledge. Now, you can do this much better, obviously, if it was in person. But the next best thing that you can use in terms of a quiz is a software called Video Ask. VIDEO, video, ask.com, Video Ask. With Video Ask, you can actually create a video quiz. So your normal text quizzes, the text just pops up and then the person answers the quiz question. With Video Ask, you can set up a quiz where you film yourself and you ask the question, are you a current entrepreneur or are you a prospective entrepreneur? And underneath the video, it'll give them, the answers or the options for the answers. Great. If they say yes, then the next video pops up. Great. I see that you're a current entrepreneur. How do you want to scale your business, or whatever your next question is? But it actually has you can use you or somebody else. But if you're doing a one-on-one type of thing, this allows people to actually get a feel for you. They see what you look like. They notice your mannerisms, your tone of your voice, everything about you. So it's the next best thing to doing a live one-on-one consultation. So you set up the quiz, and based on their answers, you move them through that quiz funnel, but you're actually doing a video of yourself and you're answering or moving them through the funnel. So this way they get to see you, get to understand who you are. They may like you, they may not like you, but that's even better, because if they see you there and they don't like you, guess what? They weren't probably going to go through with buying your product or service anyway, once you got on the phone with them. So this will actually help weed people out. They may see you and be like, oh man, this guy seems genuine. He knows what he's talking about. I really want to do business with him. So videoask.com. So that really is a way you can develop that know, like, and trust without doing one-on-ones. It's one-to-many. So definitely check out that software. Now, also remember, depending upon the type of business you're in, you may not want to be the face of that. So you just want to use regular quiz software like Score App or Interact.com or TryInteract.com, But you can just Google quiz software, and there's tons of them out there. But I use Interact or TryInteract.com. That's the one I use, and I also use Video Ask. So that was number 7. Number 8, segment your audience. So based on the answers, you can segment your leads into different buckets. So are you looking for men's shoes or are you looking for women's shoes? Are you looking for A or are you looking for B? So this allows you to segment your database. And the more segmented your database is, guys, the easier it is to talk to them. So I talk about in one of my episodes, probably about 2 or 3 months ago, micro messaging, right? I wish I had the number, but just Google Black Entrepreneur Blueprint micro messaging. And micro messaging means that you're taking or making a specific message for a segment of your audience. So for example, and I've used this example before, I used to sell insoles, right? Things you slip into your shoes, right? I sold those insoles to field hockey players. I sold them to runners, and I also sold them to people that are in the food service or wait staff industry, people that are on their feet a long time, all day. Now, the conversation for each one of those people is going to be different. It's the same product, but the message is different. So my message to a runner is going to be totally different than my message to a waiter or waitress. Hey, you a waiter or waitress, you want to get more tips, make sure that your face is smiling, that your feet aren't hurting so you can get around and have a great smile on your face, be more engaging and make more tips, right? That's a conversation for a waiter. If you're a runner, hey, want to beat your best time, make sure when you're running your feet aren't hurting, ba-ba. Different conversation, same product, different conversation. So when you segment your audience, guys, you're able to speak directly to that segment. You may be selling the same product or service, but the conversation is totally different. That's number 8. And number 9, create demand for your product or service. So based on the answers to the questions, you can tailor your sales pitch to address their needs and hopefully convert them to sales. So once you uncover what somebody wants and or needs, now you can pitch that directly to them. As opposed to having a generic pitch, you can speak directly to them. Just like in the example before, if I did a quiz on my insoles and I found out who you are, if you're a runner, so now my sales pitch is going to be totally different than if you're a field hockey player or a waiter or waitress. So now you can create demand for your product or service because you have the hot buttons and you base your sales pitch on their answers to your questions. So that's number 9. Now, in this last segment of the show, I want to show you how to use quizzes as part of your funnel and how to monetize based on a quiz. But before I get to the last segment, let me just share my social media contact information and resource links real quick. So I mentioned at the top of the show, guys, make sure you go to the website, blackentrepreneurblueprint.com. We have all types of resources. Also, the show notes. If you need the notes to this show, go to the website, and it's on episode number 563. You can get the show notes and any links that I talk about during the show. Also, if you're a first-time listener, guys, we drop every Monday morning, 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on all your major podcast platforms and YouTube. So wherever you're watching this or listening to this, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you'll get notified when the new episodes drop. Now, if you want to get in contact with me, guys, anything long, hit me on my email, jjones@blackentrepreneurblueprint.com. That's JAYJONES@blackentrepreneurblueprint.com. Facebook, Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Instagram, I have 2 IG accounts. The first one is J Jones for Real, JAYJONES, the number 4, REAL. Second one is Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, you can go to jjones001, JAYJONES001. LinkedIn, just type in J Jones Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Connect with me there. Also, YouTube. Make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel. We have additional content on YouTube that is not on the show. So go to YouTube, type in Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, and hit that subscribe button. Once again, everything I just told you is on the website. Go to blackentrepreneurblueprint.com. Now, in this last segment, guys, I want to talk about how to monetize and build a funnel using quizzes. So here's the basic diagram. You have traffic that runs to your quiz, and the traffic can be paid traffic. So you're paying Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Google ads, or whoever. You're driving traffic to your quiz. Unless you have, own traffic where you have your database. And hopefully as an entrepreneur, you have some type of database that you've been building. If not, that is the first thing that you need to start doing. So now you drive that traffic to your quiz. They take your quiz, and for them to get the results or the answers to your quiz, they have to put in their email address and their first name. The more information you make them put in, the less people will fill it out. So I want to get the email address, number 1, and at least the first name if possible, because I want to use that first name when I put them in my email marketing campaigns as I continue to market to them. It's better saying, hey, Jay versus hi, hi customer or hi whoever. So you want to see if you can get as personal as possible. So you have the traffic running to the quiz, and out of the quiz, based on their answers, you may have result number A, result B, and result C. And I'll give you a real life example of one of mine, right? But from result A, you're going to give them offer A. Whatever is relative to that result, you want to give them a specific offer. It may be the same offer for all three results, but it might not be. And I'll show you that. So traffic to the quiz, result A, to offer A, to upsell A, trying to upsell whatever you're selling, to the checkout. Now, traffic quizzed, result B, to offer B, to upsell B, to the checkout. All right, that's for result B. Result C, you have traffic quiz, result C, offer C, upsell C, checkout. And what the quiz allows you to do, as opposed to having one specific offer for, three of the outcomes, you may have different offers that are more specific. Okay. Let me give you a real life example in terms of my mortgage business. So I have a mortgage quiz, right? Excuse me. And so here are my three outcomes. When you create a quiz, you want to have your outcomes first before you start your quiz. So my three outcomes, the greatest or highest outcome for me is setting up a phone appointment. So that means somebody goes through my quiz, they're ready to purchase, refi, or do business with me right now. So that would be outcome number one. All right. Outcome number two is they're not quite ready to do business yet. So I lead them to an online course. It's Get Mortgage Ready. And that's an online course. Okay. Outcome number three, based on the quiz, if they tell me that they have horrible credit, that outcome is a credit repair course that I have. So when they go through my quiz, they're going to have one of three outcomes: set the phone appointment, Get Mortgage Ready online course, or I'm going to send them a credit repair course opt-in. Okay. Now, the beauty of this is, with the credit repair course, which is outcome three, there's a fee for that. All right. With the Get Mortgage Ready online course, there's another fee for that. Not big fees, nominal fees, anywhere from $47 to $97. Right. Then the set appointment, obviously, there's no fee for that because I'm looking to work with that person. So in terms of monetization, even though you come through the funnel, the quiz funnel, and you're not ready to do business right now, I still have other monetization options coming off of that funnel. So that's why, guys, you can use the funnel and monetize it. And having a database, understanding, we talked about segmentation. Okay, this person we know came out outcome three, their credit is bad. So I have an email campaign, a nurturing campaign that, number one, tries to sell the credit repair course, and then I nurture them through that, and I make them mortgage ready, where then I can do business with them. So I'm taking them through from, point A to point B. So I'm moving them through my sales funnel process. But in the meantime, I'm still making money based on a percentage of the people are going to buy the credit repair course. A percentage of the people are going to get my Get Mortgage Ready online course. And then the other people, hopefully I'll do business with, that set the appointments. But this is a way, guys, that you can monetize or create a quiz funnel and monetize from it. The other options are, say you're selling something that it takes a lot of explaining. Say you're selling a service or lead generation service or whatever. You can send people through a quiz, and based on the outcome, you can send them to a webinar, you can send them an ebook, you can send them to an online course or whatever. Once again, it funnels people and you segment them, and now you're able to talk to them. When I talk about the micro messaging, this is what I'm talking about. You can speak to them based on where they are. You're meeting people where they are. Quiz funnels allow you to do an intake without personally doing it, each and every one of them. So as opposed to you getting on the phone, trying to qualify people. That's what the quiz funnel does. It helps qualify and segment people. So that's why I'm telling you guys, the information that you get from a quiz funnel is it's dynamic. And if you use the quiz correctly in a funnel, you're going to automatically start to print money. Say you're a business coach, right? And you create a quiz in a quiz funnel, and your 3 outcomes are this. Number 1, call for an appointment to see if you qualify for my coaching program. If they go through the quiz and don't qualify for the coaching program, you may have an online course you can sell them. And if they go through the quiz, they're not ready for the coaching program or online course, you may have a book. So that would be the lowest contact. So it's the book, online course, and then the coaching. And this is the way you monetize it, right? Say you sell physical products, right? For my hot sauce, for example, I can have a quiz for my hot sauce asking them, what's the best hot sauce for you? It could be hot, super hot, medium, mild, or whatever. And I'll take them through and I can ask questions about flavor, temperature, and all that. And at the end, it's going to recommend, hey, this is the product for you. So using a quiz funnel, you're going to get all types of data points based on those answers all throughout. And you can segment those data points. Once you segment those data points, that's where, once again, the micro messaging comes in. You know what their hot spots are or their hot buttons are. And now you're able to address that through your messaging. It could be your email campaigns. It could be follow-up calls or whatever system that you have in place. But that is the power, guys, of building a quiz and using a quiz in your funnel. So I know one guy that I talked to, he sells high ticket coaching. His quiz funnel is designed specifically to put people into a 1-hour webinar. And in that webinar, because he knows through that quiz, he's not going to be able to sell this high ticket coaching. They need to get more information. So he sends them to a webinar after they go through the quiz, and then the webinar pre-sells them, and then he sets up a call after that. So once again, once you come out of that quiz, you have to understand what are your outcomes. You can have 1 outcome, 2, 3, or 4, whatever it is based on those quiz results. But you have to understand what your outcome is first before you build the quiz. So in my mortgage quiz, I have 3 outcomes. Outcome number 1, which is the highest, I want a qualified person to call me so we can talk about their mortgage plans. Number 2, somebody's not quite ready yet. And so I give them their Get Mortgage Ready online course. Number 3, somebody that has bad credit is not ready to get a mortgage yet. I send them to my credit repair course. I'm monetizing on 1, 2, and possibly 3. If that loan goes through from that appointment I set, I monetize. If they get my Mortgage Ready online course, I monetize. If they buy my credit repair course, I monetize. And that's how you use quizzes, guys. Once again, and we talked about 9 ways quiz funnels can skyrocket your business growth. Not only in terms of building up your database, but being able to micro message and speak directly to that segment of your database to help convert them from a prospect to a paying customer. So this is something, guys, that if you're serious about building your business, building your list, I would jump on this ASAP. All right. So don't forget, go to the website, guys, if you want the show notes and the links to some of the stuff that I talked about. Now, I say this each and every week, guys, because it's true. We get more and more downloads because of you, the BEB family. I appreciate you guys so much. Please remember to spread the word about the podcast, the blog, the ecosystem, the new revamped website. Make sure you check it out, blackentrepreneurblueprint.com. Get your free entrepreneur resources. Remember, guys, it's not about me. It's not about you. It's about us. It's about building an economic power base in the worldwide Black community by building and supporting Black-owned businesses. Love you guys. See you same time next week. Peace.